YouTube land, what's good? It's your boy B Heard, aka Brian, aka Prince, aka PB, aka Prince Vegeta about the hating. If you don't know me, future FGC commentator here. We're here to recap or preview, 2018 Capcom Cup Round 1 preview show. This matchup we have Fuudo versus Christitarian or Chris T. Both Beast Game former members in Christitarian. Also, the reason he got left is because he got left. The contract was up. It wasn't because of what he had in his hand. As far as I'm concerned, it's legal in California. So mind your business. Like, he's still bodying folks out here with that or not, if it makes any difference. So just chill out with that. All that Christitarian slander is unnecessary. Especially, he's just a passionate guy. I mean, are his views, and it doesn't seem like he stares them in a certain way when it comes to Ken and things of the nature of Street Fighter V or just in general. Yeah, of course, but that's who he is. So I respect the person who lives their truth versus the person who hides behind a shadow. So I respect Christitarian, although I might not agree with everything he did. Then again, I have a story for you too. Christitarian, I have a series called Road to Evil where I practice my commentary. So if you want me to practice your commentary of your matches, leave your CFN down below. But I did one of his, and he actually commented on it, and it was like, yo, this is dope. I hope to see you at tournaments and stuff like that. And that shout out did a lot. I think that video did like 70 views or something like that. So shouts out to Christitarian for that. But as much as I'm a fan of Christitarians, I am a big fan of Fuudo's as well. And Fuudo's story, he's got the bridesmaid essentially this year. He finished second at 3 tournaments. And I know what you're thinking, second at 3 tournaments is really not that bad, but one of them was a premiere. Other 2 being back-to-back ranking events, but one was a premiere. So if you take the premiere points that he would have got if he finished it first, which is 430 points, and you take the 140 points from the 2 ranking events that he finished second, add them up together, that's 570. That puts him in third. That's a whole different matchup entirely if he gets those points. That's how much these points matter. Granted, he's at the top of upper echelon, so it doesn't really matter. Like, I think if you just take those 500 points and apply it, you're just outside of Capcom Cup. But yeah, he's just right there. So Fuudo, let's get into it. Like I said, global standings, he finished 4th place with 2,301 points. Asia regional, he finished in 8th with 160. Top 8, he got 7. Some past Capcom Cup events, he finished 2014, he finished 7th. 2015, he finished 17th. 2016, he finished 5th. In 2017, he finished 13th. He played Armika. I expect to see Armika. He did have a birdie as well. I don't really expect to see the birdie, quite frankly, especially this being Capcom Cup. I don't know if he really wants to try that as strong as this Armika, because Armika can carry him to the top 8 easily. So I really don't see the need to play birdie. Maybe if he tries to mimic, Menardi, if he gets to the point where he plays against Tokido, maybe that might work, like last year, but who knows. But yeah, let's get into Fuudo's results. So final round, he finished 17th, and in NCR, he finished 9th. And these are the 2 events where he finished back-to-back second places, which has got to be heartbreaking, especially for ranking events where there's not as much points on the line. Granted, second place is not too bad. Second place is better than 7th place, where 7th place you're only getting 1 point. At least second place you're getting 70. So he finished second at Fighter Spirit, and in Sagan Cup he finished second as well. Stunfest finished 9th. Combo Breaker finished 17th. The Online East Asia 1 event finished 4th. 9th place at CEO. 13th at Versus Fighting, or VS Fighting, I guess. 3rd at Evo. I think one of the better Evo standings. I mean, obviously, I did talk about Tokido. So Tokido had a really good high placing, and then when I get to Problem X, he obviously won the thing. But yeah, one of the few great standings at Evo that I've covered so far. TW Fighting Major, he finished 9th. Esports Festival Hong Kong, he won that at 1st place. Final Fight Fighters China, he got 4th place. I hope I counted that. SCR, he finished 33rd. Tokyo Game Show, he finished 2nd. That was the premiere I was talking about. That makes a lot of difference in points. Scene Major, 13th. And then the Canada Cup, he finished 4th place. Now, Christitarian is an interesting case. Christitarian. I I'm not telling you to move, because you probably love being in California, things like that shit. Like I said, that stuff that you had in your hand is legal there. It's a great place. And, you know, what's the name? Fire, Super Arcade, all that good stuff. SCR, you know, NCR, you know, all the terms in the world you can have in California. But the damage that Christian did in the Latin America regional and didn't even get these points, people. Didn't even get these points, which is actually blasphemy and crazy. Listen to this. So globally, Christian qualified because he had the highest global points, and he was a North America regional winner because he wasn't a North America regional winner as he won the event because Punk won the event. But the way that it was shaped and designed is that literally 4 people, half the top 8, if they won, they got Christian in. And then the other half was like, if you win, you just get in. So Christian had to root for Punk. I wish I remember who else was in it and who already qualified, but I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it was Dew. I can't remember. No, because Idom, I think, would have qualified if he got in, right? But yeah, it was like literally half the bracket. So it was half the bracket he wanted to win, half the bracket he wanted to lose. It's crazy. And that's how Christian got in, because Punk obviously won and he beat CJ Truth. But CJ Truth, I want to say it would have qualified him too, because CJ Truth is the next match I think I'm talking about. Because I think that's Xiao Hai versus CJ Truth is 20 and 12. Or 12 and 20, respectively. Yeah, so I think he would have been good there too. I don't know. But yeah, globally he finished 29th with 772 points. North America finished 10th with 60 points. So he's right outside the top 8, so he couldn't play for himself. But that was kind of the best case scenario. All right, yeah, half the bracket playing for me, half the bracket playing against me. So I'm gonna root for the half bracket playing for me. And you ain't gotta play. I feel like, yeah, Christian Terry was on the edge of the seat, but that'd have been more exciting to watch versus have it in my hands sometimes. But the whole point I was making with the Latin America regional, Christian Terry won 2 tournaments this year, right? And the 2 tournaments that he won were in the Latin America region. So there were ranking events. And in ranking events, you get regional points. Christian Terry being a North America person, he didn't get the regional points. But if he got the regional points in the Latin America, he had 300 points. And where does that put him in the Latin America as far as standings? It puts him 4th. He would have been 4th, so he would have a good shot to actually qualify and get a last chance spot through the Latin America regional than he would have in the North America regional. Isn't that crazy? Because he won those events. So I think Calva finished out with like maybe 500 points, essentially, in the Latin America. Chris Terry only played in 2 tournaments, won both those tournaments. He could have had the most points. Like, I really wonder if Christian Terry, because obviously it wouldn't be worth it, right? Because even if he won, I guess all ranking events are 150 points. But if he went, so I guess the online ones you can go to, and that's like 4 right there. But say if you went to every other ranking event in the Latin American regional, won all, and finished in first place, that'd be crazy, right? Like, they're just gonna ignore that first place and just go down, I guess, with everybody else not having that much points. But I mean, I guess that's why you have the online event, so it looks better, points especially. But that's just something I noticed as an observation with Christian Terry. He played Ken and Akuma. I'll be shocked if Christian Terry doesn't play a show. He's playing some show. I think Ken, maybe Akuma. Depends on how he likes that matchup. Depends if he watches the film as far as like Tokido and Fuudo goes, because they always play each other relentlessly. See if he sees any exploits that he can take advantage of that with his Akuma versus Tokido's. But we'll see. Let's get into the placements. 33rd at final round. 25th at NCR. First place at Game Over. 5th at Texas Showdown. 15th at Combo Breaker. 3rd at Northwest Major. 33rd at CEO. The online event, North America West 2, finished 5th. At EVO, he finished 17th. DreamHack Montreal finished 17th. SoCal Regionals, he finished 3rd. Never Give Up, he won. Canada Cup, he finished 25th. And as far as these two playing this year, essentially, maybe because they was on teams or something in the seeding, They didn't play, as far as I'm concerned. I didn't see them play. I looked up everything I could. If they did play, let me know. Let me know how it went, who they played, versus like vice versa, things of that nature, and stuff like that. So I say all this to give you a winner. You know, I do like both players. Do I have Fuudo losing? I don't. I just have Fuudo. I think he could get top 8. Like I said, I think he could get top 8 with his Mika alone. I like Fuudo's odds really in this tournament. He's just a strong player, strong Mika. It's hard to train for, you know what I'm saying? You got your El Chicotes, you got your Mojos, you got your Galaxies, you got Salty Kid. I don't know who Kristen Taylor is going to hit up to train for that matchup, but Mika's a tough character. Mika's a unique character. And like Symphony likes to say off of Reddit Fighting is like Mika's just basically the Mario Kart song where it just goes chaotic and you just don't know where you end up. You don't know if you're getting checked for whiffing normals. You don't know if you're getting Brimstone, Rainbow, and Typhoon. You know, Mika's just one of those characters, and I think Fuudo is the best at Mika, obviously, free. So it might be close. I think Chris Terry could get a game or two, just depending on who he plays. But yeah, I just have Fuudo. I just do. The next matchup is that I'm going to be covering. If I can enter my phone password, Jesus. That's why we do it live, folks. That's why we do it live. 13th versus 20. Excuse me. 13th versus 20. So Xiao Hai is 13th. CJ Truth is 20. Be interesting to see who I pick in that matchup. No foreshadowing, though. But until next time, be sure to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Be sure to leave your CFN down below if you ever want me to commentate your matches. And then if you want me to commentate your matches on Dragon Ball, we just gonna meet up somehow. Twitch.tv/PrinceBeer2. That's why I always do them live. Definitely gonna do them this week since I'm hurt, obviously, with my thumb. But yeah. Until next time, come on. Peace.